Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Okay. Good morning, Goran. How are you? Mark. Good morning. Aish. Good morning. Olga. Good morning. Hey, PJ. How are you? Good to see you back. All right, guys. Let's get this show on the road. Let's get this party started, and let's get going with crude oil. We have inventory reports today. So that's going to be something that we need to watch for. Crude oil has broken its upward channel yesterday. Excuse me, yesterday at the 94 level, established a harmony wave short and continued to sell off into the close yesterday, rallied a little bit toward it, but ultimately that's a channel on the downside. Now, we established a captain setup short at overnight at 91.83, sold off to target number 3. So the sequence here as a total is short and continue to be short. And that is the channel that we are in, channel number 1 and 2. This is channel number 2. So as long as we continue to trade under 91.24, we'll see more pressure coming in, um, going short in that. So we'll see what happened. Target number 3 is 89.35. Globex is 92.31. As long as we continue to trade under those two levels, things are gonna keep going uh, lower in crude oil. We got 10 minutes to the cash market open, and let's see here. Russell 2000. Okay, I mean that's a little bit of a rally going on, right? Globex is 1856.2, and we just basically kicked off that level with that last one candle reversal. We need to see a market that breaks above 1872.7 in order for a continuation of the buying pressure. This is a consolidation by nature till you break that 1872.1. The market stair stepped lower, and we have a pocket right now of buying interest. But it's going to come into this resistance area at 1872, and we need to watch and see how that market is going to behave there. Gold, man, they just keep selling this thing. They broke the channel right here on the 26th. Yeah, 26th. Now we have a channel downward to target number 3, and the 1717 is a critical level where the market needs to hold it, or otherwise we have reversed completely that rally that we had a few weeks ago. There's two spots in which the market told us things are changing. One of them was at 1800, and just could not muster any strength above 24. Once that collapsed, we had channel number 1 and 2 short. We countered it here in a very mediocre way, then we failed again. The market failed into this new rotation. ES, let's go here. Here we go, here we go. And same kind of behavior that we're seeing. Okay. So that's the channel. We broke that channel. That's channel number 2 in this sequence, in this short sequence. We broke that channel right here and we came and retested it. And we tested Globex. And now we reversed with a 1 candle reversal and we're trading above a whole number 4,000. So you start breaking that 40, 18, 50, you're going to start digging into yesterday's Globex, which is 40.36. And there we need to see how the market holds up, and then you have a target of 40.57 against that. All of it is against that Globex level of 39.87 and a quarter. That has to hold. Good morning, Ken. Good morning, Safe. So that's where we at in that one. Then you have a bunch of stocks that we're waiting on to the open. Let's take a look at our bread and butter, which is NQ. So right here, you have a 200 NT wrinkle and a 100 NT wrinkle that is in sync on the long side. That's what the market is doing right now. And as far as we're concerned, I mean, okay, so the big picture first, right? That's channel number 1, channel number 2. And we same behavior that we saw from ES, where the market ran up, broke that channel, came back, retested, and now we experiencing a 1 candle reversal. Now NQ is stronger than ES. That's the way the market is setting up right now. And any pullbacks against Globex, which is 12,366, is going to be buyable. Okay. And we're looking for targets above 507 into 600. 600 is going to be a gravitational pull for the market, but we can't just be too committed to one direction. We have to keep our head on a swivel. You got to protect that 366. As long as that happens, then these pullbacks can find a bidder that will bid it up. They put on a switch trade right here long at 466. So, and the market has been dipping and rallying, and that's a significant way of doing it too. Like from 90 to 60, like they're dipping at 30 points and stopping on a dime and running it up. That is a strong bullish behavior. But I mean, the way they're doing it, also, they're just scaring people out of their positions. The way they're pulling down, and then they reverse. So you're just gonna have to be conscious of that type of spiky price action. Now we have some economic news that we need to be looking for, and let's pull it up. I think at 8:45, in about a little bit over 15 minutes, we have Chicago PMI numbers. So Chicago PMI is coming up at 8:45, and that is important. Then you got crude oil inventory report at 9:30, and beyond that, we don't have anything else for today. So the first 15 minutes, half an hour, excuse me, I'm going to be doing what I do best, which is wait and be patient and watch the market. If they're going to rally this market, let them do it. It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to give the market that, half an hour into an economic news and let the market shake itself out. and see who's getting trapped in these ranges, and get in tune with the price action. And then we'll start putting on quality decisions and make our money and be done for the day, right? So good luck, everybody. We got 2 minutes away from the cash market open right now. And remember, every day, in every way, we're getting better and better and better at trading. Every day, in every way, getting better and better and better at trading. Good luck, and let's make it happen. I'm gonna post an order just to make sure my quotes and my yeah, here we go. Okay, canceling that order. Yeah, things looks well. Good morning, Pullman. Good morning, Adam. All right, so we're getting a little bit of a push here. That's fine. Let's see what they want to do with this market. 454. So I mean, if they break 454, then the market is disconnected at the open right now. Yeah, here we go. So they disconnected the market between 200 and the 100, and we're seeing a bit of a pullback at the open. And what we're experiencing here is a couple of things got to happen. Either we break back up to 478, or they come back down to that 414. Those are two actionable points. ES, they are putting on a captain setup long. And let's see what they want to do with that one. They need to hold it here and trade above 4,000. Otherwise, yeah, see that failure right there. That's going to lead to a bit of selling pressure that's going to come up in NQ. Remember, in 15 minutes or less than 15 minutes, we're going to experience a piece of news, Chicago PMI. So you see that type of behavior right there? Yeah, so that's what we expected to see in NQ, and that's what we have. That's what happened. All right, I mean, let the market speak. 479 or 414. One of those two things is going to happen here. Now, it would be interesting if they close at 53.50 because that will put on a captain setup long on the 50 NT Rinko. Yeah, no, they didn't do it. And 414 looks like it's a high probability event. We have a channel number 1 and channel number 2 short on NQ on the 20 NT Rinko. Oh, look at that. Looky, looky. So the market disconnected at that 52 level and give us a pause on any long. So we're coming to the Globex band right now. So that's an area where the longs need to start defending. And we're below target number 3. So target number 4 is 394, which is below that whole number. So right here and right now, the longs need to start showing some strength. And you break that 14, which we just did, or we're close to it. The 200 and the 100 now are in sync on the short side. Yeah, Ken, I'm speaking. Sorry, I had, I guess the mic turned off on the private room. So you should be able to hear me now. Can you hear me? Yes, okay, thank you. So what do we see here? We're seeing that attempt to dig into that Globex band, and that is negative in the way they're doing it. That's just negative behavior. So 52 disconnected us from any long, and now we're seeing the market that shifted to a negative mode, and we're heading toward Globex. Target number 4 is hit in the sequence. Target number 5 is 367.50, and then target number 6 will be 326. And Globex is 366. So look, hitting target number 4 and bouncing right back up. All right, 428. So we had a continuation candle from 14 to 90, 20, about 25 points. And we want to see how this market handles this. They attempted to close the 100 in Tirinko at that 28, just they failed to do it. So that's just negative behavior right there. And they keep digging into this top end of the Globex band, and they're bidding it up, bidding it up. They're trying to hold it here. But that's just we have that news coming up, right? So we want to see how that news is going to affect the tone of price action. No trades for me so far, and till that news comes in about a few minutes here, 7 minutes, I'm not expecting to put on any trades either. Just spending time and enjoying, you know, enjoying, watching the market here. All right, and that is the screen right here, 831, 831. We do have no trades so far. All right. There we go. So now there's a disconnect between the 200 and the 100. So we're no longer interested in the short, and we need, well, okay, let me rephrase that. We need to see more out of the market in order for us to commit to the short side, meaning we need to see a resumption of price action below 392, or the market can run up to the 40s and the 50s and then reverse. That will be a signal to go short. If we break anything above 64, then the market is in sync on the long side again. And that's, in essence, if they do that, that is a higher low. That's a higher low. That would be significant. Yeah, that's going to be significant if they do that. $64, it's like 62 is target number 3, right? So let's take a look here. Yeah, 62. So that's the level they need to get to. Hmm. They're dancing. They're dancing. That's why we're waiting and watching and learning. Which captain setup? Oh yeah, yeah, I got you on that one. Yeah, yeah, that failure. Yeah, that failure up here. 2 minutes. 2 minutes to the Chicago PMI. Nah, don't be bothered by that. Just take what you got and keep going. It's a good trade. There you go. That's 64 coming up. There you go. And now that's the market that is in sync on the long side. Ooh boy. There you go. 844. Okay, so well, good lord. Yep. Here you go. And they just burst it up. That 64 was very important. And now the PMI, Chicago PMI, is going to come up. All right. ES, it built up an inception trade and a railroad long at that 97 area for a run up to 410. Let's see how they respond to PMI. So they ran into that whole number or close to it, that 500, and pulled back. There you go. Good morning, Yanis. Okay, target number 3 hit. That's a good one, actually. And we're heading toward target number 4, which is 536. Yeah, there are buyers are in this market. There is buyers in this market. Yeah, I saw that, Adam. Boom, here we go, 500. Yeah, so far the longs are showing conviction. I mean, yes, we're coming into a somewhat of a resistance area, but they're handling that resistance in a good way. 70, 94, 20. Okay, so I see what they're doing here. Good morning, Yanis. Good morning. Brad, good morning. I'm just patiently waiting. It's 8:50. It's only 20 minutes into the cash market open here, and I'm learning the price action. Okay, yeah. They're pausing this market right here. They actually put a captain setup short on the 30 in Tirinco. So we're should be expecting a bit of sell pressure coming through right here into the 75 70s, especially if they break that 84. I mean, that would be a captain setup short on the 50 in Tirinco. Yeah, I hate to fade this market right here, but I'll just keep watching it. I'll keep watching it. This is what I gotta do. Just watch it because it's they're coming on strong. I mean, they're just pausing the market right here, and we need the 200 and the 100 to be in sync in our favor. Yeah, so they got close and they couldn't get it done below 84. So the market is just gonna keep going here. Good, good. That's a whole lot of choppiness going on in and around that one spot. So they're trying to break out the market and they keep fading it and fading it and fading it. So they're trying to accumulate here for a reason. And I mean, you could even see it in ES. In ES, they put a captain set up short, and they ran up to that level and came back down. So that tells me something right there. That tells me that I just need to leave this area alone. And if the market is going to break out, let it break out. And on the pullbacks, I can start playing around with it. Yeah, here you go. I mean, putting the switch trade right here. So the expectation is to see a run up to 10.15. Yeah, that's a whole lot of noise going on here. Will not be playing. Yeah. I think it's going to break out, but that's fine. Let's see. Ooh, they're going to do this again. Captain set up short on the 50 NT Renko. Wow, 91 if they get to 91. I mean, I'll try it with one contract. And I'll play the fade to the 70. $90.75, $90.75. That's 91. Oh, did I get put the wrong order here? Okay, so that's just look at that crazy stuff that's going on. Yeah, don't play that game. All right, that's one. And it's going to be a scalp more than anything else. Oh, come on. And I'm going to go break even. Okay, thank you. Boom. Oh, that gave me a whole lot more. Okay, yeah, we just took one. We just played that game because of this. Because they attempted to do it twice, and on the second time around they did it. And that is a captain set up short at 91, and it had potential to 70. So we just took one contract for whatever it is. I think we made like 12 points or something. So that's trade numero uno. But getting into it, here we go. That's the trade right there. Took one short, and we made 245 on that decision. Moving on to the next decision. Now, here we go. So the 510 is going to be critical, right? We definitely need to break it on the long side. Now, if they put on a 72 close here, that would be a captain setup switch trade on the 100 NT Renko. And I will get short again with a stop at 91. So let's see how they behave here. The 200 and the 100 are in sync. They're putting another captain setup short on ES, and that's a lower high. So that 10 to 12, if it holds, most likely we'll see a reversal on NQ. It's a tense area here, and they're just trying to. The next move when it happens is going to be a big one. 472. Yeah, look at that madness. Okay, here we go. All right, I want to see if I can get in. Oh, no, 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 no. They're not playing here at all. Okay. They're not letting me in. They're not even bouncing it. Yeah, so that was a captain setup switch trade. I would have had to get aggressive and get in at 72, and that would have gave me quick 10 points. That's a big one. So what we're seeing is a disconnect between the 200 and the 100 NT wrinkle, and now the market is going to have to prove itself again on the long side. And how will it do that? It has some work to do. You got to go all the way up to 491, and you have to overcome this captain setup switch trade on the 50 NT wrinkle, and that is, I mean, those are high probability events. Whenever you see them on the 50 NT wrinkle, boy, you jump in. And I was trying to jump in. They were not even letting me have any of it. I was trying to get into it 78, and they just literally flushed it to 60 quick like that. But those are a very high probability event. Kind of in hindsight, I needed to get into it 72 and just kind of go with it and take a 20-point stop if it stops me. You took it, Adam? Good for you, man. Good for you. Good for you. I mean, yeah, you're aggressive like that, and that pays. That pays in an environment like this. 35 points, nothing wrong with that. Take it. Take it. Take it. Fritz, welcome to the room. Good morning. Good morning. No, that question makes a lot of sense, Eddie. Yeah. And granted, everything else is in sync. Yes, absolutely. So there are entries when the market comes to that line, and there's entries if the premium entries to the system is when you get between the entry point, including the entry point, and into the target number one, because ultimately you have that block of price, and let's say you get short here, and you're looking to profit in the subsequent blocks of movement. So that would be the block of target number 2, the block of target number 3. Then you got the big block between 3 and 4, and you're constantly looking for that. No, I said that point and into target number 1, including the entry point. And in at times in which you don't get there, but you get a signal to go short. In the case of this captain set up a switch trade at 72, you're looking at this area as an entry point, and also in this case, you had a harmony wave that started at 80 and moved in. So you're looking at prices and structure. So just because we did not get to that point of 497, and then we went from target 1 to target number 3, I'm not waiting for the price to go all the way back to the entry point to get entered, because the life of this trade has passed. You already hit targets, and to try to catch it on the way back up again is you're trying to catch the second, third, fourth rotation back up. So that is not what we do here. You need first reactions. The stop for that whole rotation is up there, but not necessarily my stop when I enter, because I'm gonna define it and refine it a lot closer. So for example, I'm sitting here talking and the market is really giving us good trades, but your 443, that's a switch trade entry. It has a stop, 43 to 52, so like 9 points. I'm not gonna wait to get stopped out at 512 on an entry that's designed to capture 15, 20 points, because that doesn't make any sense. So the whole structure is providing us with entry points that we can manage for a lot less than the big stop of that whole rotation. But what will happen is when the market, if the market and when the market reverses, it would reverse below that stop. It could run up to 70, then the whole structure will shift. You didn't have to wait for that stop at 512 to get stopped. So if your entry is in between like 90 and 500, then your legitimate stop is at 512. That's because you entered at the inception of that whole move. If you entered on a different signal later on, then you define that stop a lot smaller. You're putting another captain setup short and they're selling off. So the shorts are coming in. So they're having a hard time with the 500. We disconnected between at 466. So the market got out of harmony there. On that switch, it didn't take your order. Yeah, I saw that one. I was like, man, that's a good one. And here comes target number 4. Target number 4, 412. Tell you, man, that captain setup switch trade, man, that was it. I've seen it move faster, Adam, but yeah, it's very robust. We're getting a robust price action. I mean, they're just rejecting the 500 right now, and that doesn't mean they would not come back to retest it. But it's one of those things that they hit a ceiling and they're playing around with it. We have Labor Day coming up, so yeah, volume is going to be affected. Well, today's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, right? Let me see here. Is that going to be affected? Oh, you did? Here we go. Good morning, Omer. Omer got a new laptop. Good deal. I like it. Yeah, let me know if you need anything, man. Yeah, no problem. So look where they're taking this bad boy all the way down to Globex, the Globex band, the top end of the Globex band. I always trade while standing. You will be surprised how well that works because your blood is flowing and you're moving and you tend to make better decisions. If you sit on your ass and you trade, you know what kind of decisions you'll be making, right? No, you see, you're moving, constantly moving. Your mind is moving. You have energy. You have blood flowing in your your mind. You you make better quality decisions. Well, there you go, man. Yeah, let me know how that one works. Yeah, trading is a high energy event. So you have to have high energy to match the behavior of the market. Here we go. Let's see. So now guess what? We got so close and the market uh we were so close on concluding this candle here at that 416, and you got the market back in sync on the long side. All right. Dips are bought plus higher lows. Okay, well, let's see. Let's see what this market is all about here. It's interesting the way things are moving. What are we waiting on? That's the question. What are we waiting on? I mean, like right now, the market is in sync on the long side. That's the environment, and we're looking for a signal. So, what would the behavior? So, what would the behavior be? Would be another harmony wave long. Okay. Do we have it right now? No. Where would it most likely come in at 55 to 60? And the way the market is moving right now, it looks like it's going to retest that bottom end of the Globex band. So that puts me in a, yeah. I mean, if they break that 30, boom, the market is going to be out of sync again. Eddie, all I gotta say is try it once. Try to trade while you're standing up. I have one of those desks that go up and down, and I raise it up and just basically start trading, and it does wonders, man. I really like it's a condition now. It's a rule based in my system. Is if I'm not standing up, I don't trade. It's that effective for me. Call me crazy. And here we go. Market is disconnecting again. And boom. I used to add them, but I haven't putting it on lately. I have not put it on yet lately. I do it before the trading session, and I'll take it off once the trading session is in. I don't want to scare these guys on YouTube. I don't want people to say what is that space suit that you have on? All right, so let's just keep our focus here, and we are getting a continuation selling pressure coming in here. So you have a one candle reversal. The market is in sync on the short side at that 417 area. That's when we started to dig in. $9.16. I mean, I could start just basically taking trades and just putting tight stops here, but uh, that's here we go. Yeah, I'll start taking scalps. That's what I'll start doing. So now what are we looking for here? We are looking a new harmony wave short, and we will take one once it presents itself. So we're coming at that. Yeah, there's a lot of buying interest coming in here at 400. Okay, I mean, I could take that one if it closes. So if we close at 408, okay, let's wait. Yeah, Omer, that has to happen once the market is closed. I need you to kind of send that machine ID to me via email, please. Yeah, send me that machine ID to my email. I mean, yeah, that's an entry right there. Dang it. So you could see that the market is, here we go, from target number 2 to target number 3. Target number 4 in the sequence is 356. Not a smooth market. Like this is not a very, there's a lot of this spiky price action going on. So you kind of have to take your profits fairly quickly on this quality market. So I'm setting up my ATM to be more of a scalper right now than something that's going to take a big move and trail it. So Eddie, as long as once the market shifts, you get that pullback into that level, and in this case, for example, it's like 410. As long as you don't hit target number 2. So like right now, if the market comes down to 410, then that is an entry. But guess what? I need the market, the 200 and the 100 to be in sync, and they're not, right? So that I'm less willing to be taking a long here if it's going against the environment definition that I have. So is there other parameters? Yes. Yes. So you're looking for an environment, you're looking for a behavior, or you're looking for an actual signal. So the market is out of sync and the shorts are taking a break right here. And a couple of things need to happen. Either the market gets up to 466 and then the market is in sync on the long side, or they come back down and hit the 90 level and we'll be in sync on the short side, or they can run it up to the 50s and then reverse. And then that would be another opportunity to go short right here. The only thing I would see is a scalp within the 20 NT Rinko, and I'm not taking those trades in this noisy environment. Just got to be patient and just wait. I am trading a live account, Eddie. All right. I got you. I got you. You got me. You got me. Yeah, we have to be clear on like what type of environment we want to be more active in. $91.25. It's long 20 years, I'll tell you that much. 90.50. Okay, they got close, but close does not make it happen. You need to kind of break that 90. Okay, so that was an entry point, 90. All right, if we can close this candle lower, I'll take a look. Yeah. Uh-oh. I'm gonna get out of this trade. Oh boy, I gotta get back in it. They got me on that one. They got me on that one. Okay. So it's getting noisy. It's getting noisy. Let's just pause and be patient here. Let's pause. Get noise. We need the 90 to happen before I commit to getting in. So yeah, so we're trading in and around this Globex edge, and we need 90 to come in, and now it's coming in, and I'm gonna start. They're not gonna give it to me here. Okay, let's see if I can get to 400. Okay, so that's one, and let's go to 410. And my stop is going to be 27. Okay, so 27. Here it comes, and we should be getting to 66. 66. And I'm going to fade the 66. I would have to go break even just in case the market does something weird, but and it's going to do it. That's fine. Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. That is fine. That's fine. Let's see if I can get back in here. Come to 66 and let's get it over with. Maybe getting greedy here, huh? I'll take it. I'll take it. And I'll just keep rotating till we get to that 66. So those shorts here, I mean, I took small stops, but really I just needed the 90 to show up, and that would have got me in the perfect situation to just kind of continue to short and add to it here and just kind of continue to push lower. Yeah, the crude oil inventory report came out. Let's take a look. It's kind of selling off. Let me see here. We'll take a look here in a second. It's trading live. Okay. Yeah, we gotta focus here. We're getting smut peddlers coming in here, so gotta get rid of them. I wish he has a better thing to do in his life, but I guess not. Yeah, here we go. So I mean, here we go, 66. Boom. Hey, good morning, GM. I was wondering about you. Glad to see you back. Yeah. So let's take a look right here. So we got involved, got two stops, small ones, but I'm not happy with that because that was a little bit of nervousness that got me out. And then I came in there, looked for a bigger target, got stopped out on a break even. Then we went back in at 95 into target number one, and our ultimate target was 66. So there is a little bit of lack of focus going on here, and we need to kind of take a step back and refocus, make sure that we are hyper focused on what's most important right now, which is make money. Yeah, so ES hit the bottom end of the globe expand and just bounced right off of it. And if we go anywhere above 405, the market will be disconnected on between the 200 and the 100. And Globex is a natural place where noise can happen. Yeah, it is noisy, Adam. It is noisy. I mean, and then we're back to Globex, so we just have to. Let's take a look at SPX here. Well, just the index actually. Oh, what is going on here? S&P 500. Here we go. That's the index. So they put a captain set up short right here at that 39.93, and they've been just fading it with lower highs. So really, you got to break that 39.93 again. Otherwise, we are in that channel, short channel. Let me see how Tesla is doing. Yeah. So we got to protect 275 on Tesla. We are in a rotational short in Netflix, hitting target number 2. Target number 3 will be 227.46. Let's see if I can see Amazon. Amazon, boom. You had a sell short at 130 and 12, and you're looking all the way down to another rotation into target number 3. Target number 4 is 127.29. Let's look at Google. Trying to cover that gap. And we are in a rotation. Look at that. Captain setup short, switch trade, inception trade, a failed captain setup. I mean, just that it was such a topping behavior at the open against that open. And you are in a channel on the downside from 111 all the way down to 1040. NVIDIA, we're looking at another rotation. What is that? Okay. So NVIDIA, and you got yourself a channel downward and target number 3 coming up, 150.51. Let's see Snow. I don't think Snow is going to populate. Well, here you go. It is populating. There you go. Snow is at target number 3 from these rotations, and you're seeing a lot of harmony rotations coming through here. And the next target is target number 4. It's 182. And let's go back in and see what we're doing with this. So you have the 200 and the 100 are in sync on the short side. So that's the direction we're looking for. And they put on a captain setup short at that 394 and then a harmony wave lower. And yes, they are, it's natural for them to do what they're doing right here. And what that means is just you are in and around Globex. So they tested it once, rallied up. They are trading around it. They're going to try to build stops above that 415 and below the low of that range, which is 350, or actually lower than that. It needs to be at that 324. So they're building stops in and around that area. So here you're going to experience a lot of noise. So you Mark, you look at them. They come in at the bottom end of the Globex band, and they run it up to the top end. They come back to the bottom. They run it to the middle. That is all signs of consolidation. So that you could play that game, but and have a stop, with a one candle reversal, meaning that you get at 83, 81 is out. And here you go. You're going back down to the middle of the range. It's just that's how they trap people. Literally, how they trap people. Yeah, it happens. It's just so now the market is out of sync. Here we go. See, they're running it back up to the top end of the Globex band. The market is out of sync. So what are we waiting on? We're waiting on a couple of things. Market either going to run up and close the 444, and that will get us in sync on the long side, or the market runs up to the 20 and fails again, and that's a short signal, or we punch in back to the 55, and that will get us short again. One of those three environments going to present themselves, and we just have to kind of wait and see which one is going to come through, and then we'll position ourselves toward that. 78. If we get to 78, see, look how they literally got to the top and like to the tick of that band, and they just kind of reacted. All right, if we break 79 and a quarter, well, they close this candle lower. No, huh? Look at that, how close that got. How close did that get? Okay. Market is still disconnected, and we're waiting on it to get to that 79 on the short side. And otherwise, you're looking for higher prices into the 30s, and we'll see what the market does there. I want those two things to be in harmony before I take any additional decisions. Okay. Hmm. 83. Hmm. So they keep fading the top end of that Globex band. They keep fading it. They keep fading it. 83. Yeah, well. All right. Okay, we took profit on that first one. And let's see if I can get to 66 again. We need to make money here, so I'm not going to give it any room beyond. Come on, baby. Get to that 66. You know you want it. Here it comes. Okay, I took it right there. That's a good one. And it wasn't even smooth either. I mean, they put on a switch trade, then they made it a captain setup, then they failed the captain setup. So it wasn't like a smooth deal, but we managed. We managed to make money into that target, and we may burst through that target, but the way today is going, I need to make my money and just walk away and don't get greedy. Don't get. I'm not gonna break the casino today. The casino's gonna win. I'm not. I'm not gonna break it, but I'm gonna take a little bit and run. Yeah, I know. I got you. Kills and bits. Yeah. Yeah. So this is where we at for the day. I wouldn't call it anything substantial, but we're eking a little bit of money on a few contracts. I'm not gonna get heavy in an environment that looks like this. I'll keep it 1 and 2. And this last decision, we made about 500. 570 on that. So we're up 418 so far, and let's just keep working. I may have one more trade in me. We still have about an hour on the morning session. $80. Yeah, so that 80. Yeah, I saw the 80 come, and that would have been the market in sync, and I got ahead of it a little bit. But I saw that switch trade, and it's just a good spot for me to get in and just make a little bit of money and move on. So now what's going on here? What's going on is you got a market that is in sync, and it's in sync on the short side. They hit the top end of the Globex band twice. I mean, you could call it twice, and then reversed. So that gave us confidence that this top end of that rotation is really holding up. Now we find ourselves in the middle of that range. And I will establish positions away from it into it, but I would not establish a position right here. It's the definition of noise where we at right now. So let them play around, let them dance, let them figure out what they want to do. It's all right. If they move big from here, they can do it without me. But I don't want to establish a position where we at right now. Brad, how are we doing today? Fritz, how we doing? Sheila, good morning. Good to see you. Omer, I know you're fixing your new laptop. Safe, Ken, Yanis. Small down day. Keep it small, man. Keep it small. That's the key. Have fun with the market. Keep it small. I mean, this is definitely a 1 and 2 contract type of day. It's not a 5-10 contract type of day. So far, I mean, they may change the personality here in 2 seconds. We don't know, but okay, I get you. Got it, Ken. We're meeting today, right? At 12:30. Training. Confirming. Yes. Okay. Good deal. Okay. Watching. So when we're looking at ES, I mean, what are we seeing? We're seeing behavior similar to NQ, and we're at the top end of the Globex band, and we keep hitting that level and fading out. Rather be short than long in ES into Globex, and then potentially target number 2. Target number 2 in the sequence is 3983, and that'll be the bottom end of that Globex band. And we're seeing that move happening right now. This is a lot of consolidation. This is a scalping environment, not a trending environment. You got to make your 2-3 points and move on. I mean, you could make a whole lot more too if you just play it right, but just make sure that you are trailing and you're capturing your profits. So that one right here from 90 entry, you're at 95 and you're heading toward target number 2 of the sequence. Switch trades, trigger trades. Yeah, so they're doing the same behavior over and over. And that behavior is, look, you're putting a captain setup long and you fail it. That's a negative behavior. That's a negative behavior. So they did it up here where we took advantage of it. They did it again right now around the 52, and they retested it one more time for target number 3. Now there's momentum starting to pick up. So a lot of people who, looking at 12,500 as a breakout and the 600 to come in are disappointed in this price action. And they are capitulating right now. ES, put a switch trade around that 85 and push to the 81. Target number 2 is hit. Target number 3 is 3977. And you're getting movement. And yeah, boy, here we go. That's capitulation right there. Green or red or yellow? Green or red or yellow? Yeah, you told me that yesterday. Just what you got to do right now. I mean, we're looking to fix it, but just set up the colors the way you want to and save it as a workspace, not as a default. And you should be able to pull up your screen and see everything the way you set it up. Then once I get we're working on the fix on that. So this is cosmetic. It's not. It does not save it. Okay. All right, we're at the bottom end of that range and that Globex band. So let's see how well they hold the line here. Okay, this Joker, man. The fuck out of here. target number 4 in this sequence is 295.50. Then target number 5 is 260. We're picking up some momentum here at the bottom end of this range, and so you see that the consistency in the patterns. They put a captain set up long, failed it here up at my entry point. We made some money on that rotation. Then they did the same exact thing at 51, all the way down to where you're seeing it right now. So again, everybody that was trying to go long above 500 and also looking for a breakout to 600, they're getting rolled over into a rotation below Globex. And most likely once they're done bleeding all these guys out, then they're going to flip the market and turn it right back up. Because that's what the market does. So let's just keep reading the market. I think we're reading it correctly. It's 10 o'clock, 10:08. How's everybody doing across the board? ES, we had, I mean, the same pattern. I mean, there's nothing different here than anything else. You see how we kept playing the top end and the bottom end of the Globex band, give it a false breakout into consolidation here. We hit the band multiple times and the cloud shifted. We started to establish harmony waves in and around the 93, and then we had an entry point, inception trade, continuation, switch, trigger trade, switch trade. Everything is on the short side into target number 3. You're looking for pullbacks into the 3982 as a shorting opportunity, and as long as we continue to hold on to Globex and trade under Globex, we are in a short mode. Now the key is how to get in and capitulate, get involved in here. So one scenario for me is to see the market disconnect the cloud and then reconnect it back in and give me a fresh new harmony wave. If that happens, then I'll find myself getting involved and active with multiple contracts. Right here where we at, there is going to be a bid coming in and a bit of a pause showing up, because that's kind of what the market has been doing all along today. It's trading between those two levels, between the 415 and the 320, back and forth. I'm going to just step away for just a minute. All right. So we're getting a little bit of a punch up here. If we get into the 342, the market will be out of sync between the 200 and the 100. One thing that's worth mentioning is this captain set up long that the market just put on um, the 50 NT wrinkle right here. So remember this captain set up switch trade that we started off the day with, and we said how critical and how significant that is. And at 72, and the market just kind of sold off, shifted, and just continued. Now, if that holds and that 300 holds with and that captain set up long at 23 holds, you are looking for a retest of Globex at 366. So that's what we're going to be watching for right now. I mean, it ran up nicely from 23 to 46, 47. So the market is out of sync right now between the 200 and the 100, and they're playing around the bottom end of the Globex band. ES, same thing. You're getting a retest of Globex band here and a pullback. I'd rather see a market that is in sync, really. So, I mean, that in NQ, that should be another attempt at 300 and then a continuation. Either that or if the market is strong in ES, it needs to go above 39.88. Then I can start looking at pullbacks as a buying opportunity. But anything short of us breaking above Globex, you're going to get a lot of fading behavior right here. So the longs need to be patient above that level, and shorts need to get in sync back to the retest of the 300, which means you need to see NES at 39.75. Ooh, this is important. Okay. 341. That will be a very interesting level, and I'll look for pullback because that would be a cap setup switch trade long on NQ. I mean that's a setup. See that right here? So if they close that level at 341, in essence, what they're doing is the same thing that they did here, but on the long side. And I'll scalp that for 341. Here we go. Let's see if I can get an entry. That's 34 and 14. 14, 25, 25. Here it comes. We should get to 50. You need to get to 50. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to go break even, and let's see if I can make something bigger happen. And I need to see Globex. I mean, that's the bigger thing to happen is Globex. And I know I'm probably going to be... no, they don't want to give it to me. Well, maybe not. I'm okay. I'll just keep it at break even. It's either gonna happen or not. Yeah. Well, there you go. Whatever. Okay. I mean, now it's gonna run. It's just I don't want to turn an positive trade to a negative trade. So I'll take that. I'll take that. Let me see if I can get back in again. That's a captain setup switch trade on the 50. I mean, those are strong, man. Yeah, that whole structure need to hold on to 22. Yeah, always a solid signal. Absolutely. Always a solid signal. Get involved in that. Suarez, good morning. So it's 10:28 and we're looking for the next decision. And this is where we at for the day. We are up 720. Morning, morning. I'll be honest with you, I hope to see a little bit better price to action here from that signal. I mean, we made a little bit of money, but come on. I mean, that should have been a run up to Globex. So we want to see what happens to this candle right here on the 50 NT Rinko. If we get another run up to 347, then I'll look for any pullback as a buying opportunity into 66. The market is out of sync. It's just we're seeing a pocket of buy interest here that we're trying to take advantage of. Mm. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to see a bigger move, but whatever. You gotta get to that 47. Okay. Well, they don't want to play with that. I mean, right here, you still have, as long as we do not break the 300 and then we go back to the 35, then that's a good retest of it, and we can take another look at a fade. ES is the same thing right here. It's just you really need to break glowbacks on ES in order for us to be significantly long. The market is out of sync and out of harmony in ES and in NQ. Closed at the top. What do you mean, Yanis? Closed what at the top? Yeah, okay. So you got yeah, here we go. That's another one. Yeah, captain setup. So okay, so you got the captain setup, you got the switch, and you got an entry at 41, you got 51, and also I bought it at a dip at 39, so I'm not sure what problem you ran into. And are you talking about the 50 NT Rinko? Because it's the same thing happened on the 50 NT Rinko with a 41 entry. So you got both of these working in unison, and that's I was thinking, man, we should run up to 60, 66. Did you flat it or you make money? Just deleted your stops. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. Um, it's a bit challenging as far as today because of the way the market was behaving, but ultimately we saw enough pockets uh, of trading to where we made some money. Here you go, back up. You see that they held that captain setup, and that was the key. And now you're getting into the Globex behavior now. Yeah. Here we go. Talk, and we hit Globex to the tick 66. So the same thing is applying now in ES. Is you're hitting Globex, and now they're in sync. They were out of sync, in sync, out of sync. They kept doing that all day long. Its pullbacks are buyable. Okay, You see that captain setup that they put out there? Short, right there at the Globex. That's going to be a critical one, because if we break above it, then the market was going to start speeding up to the 93. And right now, you're getting a little bit of back and fill. So the market is out of sync, and we're waiting on a couple of things. One is we need to see if the market can get to 329. That will define the environment as a short. Or market goes to the 80s and then reverse. That still can be a short signal. Or we go to 393, and then that market is going to be in sync on the long side, and we have to scalp it long and be just very, very careful, because the overall environment is a bit short, and also you have an overhead resistance around 12,500. So depending on what the market does is going to define what we are going to do. So one of those three scenarios is going to define the environment as either short or either a long as a scalping environment. Then we'll start looking for behaviors and we'll start looking for signals. But right now, the market is out of sync. Yeah, look at that. So captain set up short and captain set up long. They're just boom, boom, all over the place. They're playing that game around Globex. We're going to have to be patient here and just watch for the market to tip its hand one way or another. Then we'll play the game. Then, right now, what time is it? It's 10:42. How's everybody doing on YouTube? Suarez, Mark, how are we doing? Mark, Oscar, Frida, uh, GM. Anything going on your end here? You always have good ideas. Eddie, PJ, Poolman, Goran. Oh, look at that. How did I miss that? Captain set up switch trade. Look at that one. Oof. That was a good one. 66 entry. 1830. I don't know what that is. Is that I will be in a meeting. I have a meeting, a training meeting So just text me. I should be done. Should be around 3 o'clock my time. All right, so this is the end of the month. So let's just take a quick look at how we did this month. Let's see here, because we're kind of, man, that was a good one. Safe. That was a good one. I know they're just brilliant. I love them. I mean, all day long they've been showing it to us. We had them on the small time frames. We had them on the big time frames. We're just, I mean, not a time, but a Rinko time frame. You had no hesitation, and you shouldn't. I was looking somewhere else. I didn't see that trade, but boy, that was a good one. Yeah, it's a good day for those captain switches. That's for sure. So ES is behaving the same way, right? It's came back, it closed above Globex, came back, retested Globex, give us a railroad long with an entry at 39.88, and we hit target number 2 off of it. And now you're looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunity with a target number 3 at 3996.5. That is our target there. All right. 90% hit. Good, good. In the agent session, yeah, overnight, yeah, because you're in Europe, you're in London, you see that stuff. Here in the US, we don't. Okay, so that's the month so far. We are, I don't know how much money we're up. Let me see here first. Summary. Okay, so yeah, we're up 23,710 so far for the month, and this is the last day of the month. It's not going above. It's ES not going above 399. Let me see what you're talking. No, I get it. I get it. But you're looking for pullbacks against Globex as a buying opportunity, and it's struggling through 3992. But ultimately, as long as two things are happening: one, we'll continue to trade above 3987, and also the 3984. That range, all of it, is a buying range, and you're looking for a run up to target number 3 from this sequence right here. The stop on it is, if you're in here, is anything under 82. So 23 grand shorts are making more than longs for whatever reason, and we're up 67%, 63, about 66% on those rotations. Analysis is what? Here we go. And those are the days as they have happened. So we had about 1, 2, 3, 4 days, or I mean, I wouldn't call that a day. 3 days that were down. We had a very nice sequence of days. Today we're up 720. Yesterday actually added more trades at the end of the day. We closed the stream at 1600 and I added 1000 to it. And we had a nice little sequence from the 18th to the 31st. Every single day we made a little bit or a lot. And just consistency. Consistency comes from emotional consistency. If you come to the market mentally ready to take on the challenge for the first hour and a half or 2 hours, then that emotional consistency translates into emotional or consistency in how you interact with the market, and including what you capture out of that market. Now, of course, we have the trading system, Harmony trading system, and we know how to operate that. We look for the 200 and the 100 to be in sync, and then we look for signals that are in harmony with what the market is doing at that moment. So 720, and even today, I feel like I could have done better, but I'm not going to beat myself up. It is what it is. Sometimes you have to be very conscious of your focus, and if your focus start to shift away from really hyper attention to prices, and if you start getting distracted by emails or phone calls or comments or this, that, and the other, it has an impact on your trading. So guard your attention. And that's what the lesson for me, because there's a couple of spots in the market where I reacted in a nervous way and I got out earlier than that I should. But we're always learning. Yeah, we have a lot of people that trade Apex with us, Suarez, and successfully and passing it. So yeah, take care, Brad. So that is that. Let me see what else we can see here. Cumulative net profit. Okay, net profit. Yeah, I understand that. So these are the days. Cumulative maximum drawdown. I think the maximum drawdown for 23 grand was basically 3,600. Maximum drawdown. Yeah, we did that. Entry efficiency. Total efficiency on a daily basis. Okay. Huh. So what is that telling me? Between 9 and 10 is where I'm making most of the money. I mean, it's fairly consistent across the board, but this is an interesting spot. And I'll tell you this, and I analyze my times and my results on my trades incessively. And one of the things that I noticed about me is the time frame between 8 and 9, which includes the 8:30 right when the market opens to the 9 o'clock. If I look at 20 years worth of trading and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of trades in those time slots, I am net negative between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. And that is the time frame in which the market expands and things are so hyper active and the rotations are very, very quick. For whatever reason, it may be my personality or just the way I interact with the market, whatever it is, that time slot is a net negative. So I learned the hard way to say to myself, like, okay, just don't spend that half an hour looking over the price and learning the price and making assumptions about what the market is doing and see if you are connecting with the market or not. I'll make at least a minimum of 5 assumptions during that time slot. And if out of 5, 3 of them are correct and they produced versus 2, then that tells me I am in sync and in harmony with the market, and then I can start putting on live trades. Okay. So the fact that I ignore or trade less in that time slot, and I actually need to trade even less than what I'm showing here, because that's actually too much, 94. That tells me that I need to leave that time frame altogether and just kind of focus between 9 and 10 o'clock. And into 10 o'clock, 11, 3, all the way through. So what's working here is being in harmony between the 200 and the 100 on NASDAQ, and looking for setups like captain setup switch trades, and inception trades. In the right environment, swing trades are also working, but those are a bit um, that you have to take a bit of a drawdown on them in order for them to work. I mean, we saw one yesterday. We took a little bit of heat, but eventually it worked out. So that's what's been working. Captain setup and captain setup switch trades, and if you find them on the 50 NT Rinko, the 200 and the 100, those are exceptionally good signals with high probability. On the 20 NT Rinko, whenever you see a captain setup switch trades, and what I mean by that signal is this. This is right here. Captain setup switch trade. Boom. Market reacted. I got into that one here. Captain setup switch trade, made a couple of $100 on that rotation. Then look at the 50 NT Rinko. I mean, today has been a great example for how that signal actually works. Captain setup switch trade on the 50 NT Rinko, and that one started at 72 and precipitated this move. Guess what they did again? And we talked about it. Captain setup switch trade right here. In this rotation, they tested it one more time, and boom, above. So they did the same exact thing, but in a different way down here with a similar reaction, a forceful reaction upward. So that is a signal that is worth paying attention to. It's very instrumental in what I do on a daily basis here. Now what we're seeing, we see in the 200 NT Rinko and the 100 are in sync on the long side. Now pullbacks are buyable, and let's take a look. I mean, we're around 4 minutes away from the cash market open. I mean, excuse me, a close of the morning session. Well, that tells you that I need to stop trading, right? Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Here we go. Yeah, it's all about emotional consistency. So, good month, everybody. And for the people on stream, if you feel like this stream is helping you in any way, you can support the channel by subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing. Hit that like button and help the channel grow. And also you can, here we go, participate in our free trial. We have a 5-day free trial that includes the Harmony Trading System, and you will become part of our premium room and see the things that we do in that room as well. Now let's go back to looking at the market and what it's doing. So here you go, Sheila. See that what we were talking about? The market is in sync. It was getting in sync as long as we held on to that glow backs we should be looking for a run up, and the run up happens, and we are heading toward target number 3. So that's what the market was kind of doing. And we looked at those two levels here at around the 90 and also around that 86. Both of them are entry points for a run up into target number 3, and we're heading toward that target right now. Then once we hit it, typically they stop and pull back, and we can start looking at target number 4, which is 40.1175, and that will be an aggressive target. We may consolidate here for a while before we get there, but that would be the next target for our trades. All right, so it's 11 o'clock. I'm done. We are done here at the room, and this is how the day is going to end at 7:20. If I end up taking any more decisions toward the end of the day, I'll show them to you in the morning. But most likely, I'm going to be just done with it right here. And you guys have a blessed day, and we will see you bright and early tomorrow.